spider, how to do spider webs. So why do you think you need to learn before you go there? Isn't God big enough to show you himself? Do you need a help? That's how the devil comes. And it's so funny that these three things is what the devil always uses. He said we should not be device. We should not be ignorant. In the garden, he used this. He told Eve, look, the fruit is pleasant to my eyes. It's tasteful. And then when I eat it, I'll be like God. Pleasant to my eyes, lust of the flesh. Tasteful, lust of the eyes. Pleasant to the eyes. Tasteful, lust of the flesh. I'll be like God, pride of life. It's the same thing he used in the wilderness with Jesus Christ. He says, turn the and said that jump. And let's see 2 things I want to touch on. Lust of the flesh. 2 things I want to touch on. The very, very thing I want to touch on is masturbation and fornication. The question is masturbation a sin? How is it a sin? I'm not doing it to anybody. I'm just doing it with myself. But the question is, who is it satisfying? Your flesh or the spirit? That what makes it a sin. And then fornication. It's so sad how fornication is even in the church and we deem it as normal. It's an error. We should have a generation that will stand up against fornication. No matter what. No matter what. You have to make a decision. Even if you are engaged and it's 2 weeks or 2 days to your wedding, please, I beg. Let's flee. And the last one is pride of life. Pride, I don't have to talk about it much because it applied pride there. It is God who resists you. It's not me. The whole God himself, the universe, the master of the resist the proud. Resist the proud. How do you know you are prideful? When you think of only yourself, you think without you, God cannot work. Hey, please, I beg. He says, if you don't worship me, I will raise up stones. The very thing that God needs people to do. He says, I will raise up stones. In the Bible, God used beads to defeat people. He used a donkey to talk to a prophet. Please. What God cannot do. It does not exist, though. So don't think without you, God cannot operate. It's an error. That's a sign of pride. Whatever you are, whatever you are doing is just a privilege. And see it as that. And humble yourself. Showing off your accomplishment. No matter how much you have accomplished, please, don't show off. It is God. And when you are showing off, at least acknowledge God in it. And the last one is to think yourself highly too. When you are not there. Even Bishop is not there. Even the apostles are not there. Even Paul himself, at his very last, I may know him. Paul, almost all the New Testament. He said, I know him. Please, we are not there yet. If you pray 10 hours, doesn't mean you are there. Someone is praying 24 hours. You are not there. So don't let us think that we are there. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is how do we purge ourselves? If you see you are in these categories of behaviors, masturbation, fornication, all the ones I've mentioned, how do you purge yourself? Number 1, we need to admit and pray, repent, and ask for grace. Then one is